So I needed to make this video because there's some serious stuff that's going on with the delivery packages that I sent. I just sent a package to Carrollton, and then yesterday, and another. Is it yesterday or today? I don't remember. Is it yesterday or today? I think it was yesterday. I sent this package, and I sent it to a friend I used to DJ with. I know that whoever's stalking me, knows, tracking down every friend and person I'm communicating with, isn't going to stop and spying on every gift and everything that I send to anyone. But about 3 weeks ago, I sent a package to a friend of mine that was close friends with a group that we're all friends with, which was Bruce Myron, who passed away in I think it was in 2017. And we were all very close DJing. We were, God knows how much things I should have done with, being young and dumb, doing drugs with him and having a good time and going to parties and learning what life is and trying to enjoy life a lot. But I DJ'd with him a lot, and all the stuff that was going on, all the record collection and knowledge of records and house music, and he played drum and bass. But I sent his parents, his mother, a DJ gift, miniature model DJ gift, and they got it to their address, and his dad sent me a thank you card that and a thank you card, and that one of Bruce's kids is living there now. But I wanted to say something about this because I sent another friend of mine that grew up in Carrollton a gift of basically the remembrance of my friend that passed away, Bruce, and I spoke at the funeral along with just a few friends that wanted to say something, and it was pictures of Bruce and memories and when we were all kids and whatnot. And I sent it all the way to Portland, where a friend of mine by the name of Joe is. I sent the gift to. Well, for some reason, I know that I don't ever write the wrong address. I wrote the correct address. I just didn't put the apartment number, and so it got returned to me. I don't know why I didn't go to the office, and then they look at the name and say, "Oh, okay. Well, I guess he's not on the lease." I don't know what the situation is. So I looked on USPS, and it took 7 days to arrive, 5-7 days. And I looked at the UPS, say that they're trying to make a delivery, and it can't because there's whatever the address was written. I didn't write the apartment number, so it got sent back to me. And it's supposed to arrive to my apartment, and then basically I spent the shipping for it. It got wasted. And then I have to rewrite the address, put the apartment number on there, and then send it back and pay for the shipping again. And the item is probably at least $250, $200 or $250 that I spent. Custom-made artwork of a DJ gift. Because we were all friends, we used to all hang out in the same neighborhood, went to schools and went to parties and whatnot. And what happened is it never arrived, and it's been delayed at the United States Postal Service. It was on its way to me, and then it got to Colorado somewhere, and then all of a sudden it just stalled there for about 4 days. And I'm looking, and I'm like, why isn't it being shipped? Because it goes all to these different destinations throughout their delivery service to finally be returned to my original address. And 4 or 5 days pass by, and it's the same address. And then all of a sudden it says, I updated it a few days ago, and it says Portland, Oregon, it got shipped back again to go to Portland, Oregon. So somebody's confiscating, stealing my property, and at the United States Postal Service. And then they're going to try to ship it again, I guess. I don't know why it went to Portland, because they should have been, it was already on its way to return to me. but for some reason I don't know who's doing this. This is a pictures of Bruce before he passed away, and us and Joe as kids and his family, and Bruce, the good times that we had, right? So I thought it would be a great memory, a great remembrance and respect for Bruce, so that we're not forgetting that we're all friends and that we're all kind of together in on this life that's very hard on all of us. I don't know who confiscated it. This is the tracking that I talk about, the tracking and the horrible things that they're doing to me. Is that even the packages that I send, whatever it is that they do, is to sabotage me. And when I initially was writing the address, somebody was shooting me with some. I don't ever write the wrong address. I just spent nearly $300 buying and shipping this item. I'm not going to write, I'm not going to mess up the address and not write the apartment number. But I know that somebody was shooting me mentally with these frequency electrical volts so that I can't process and I skip. And it's very detailed what these people do, and I ended up sending it, not realizing it. And I know that it's somebody that's doing something to me. So I wanted to say this because Bruce is deceased, and I'm doing something kind in remembrance, and that the friends that I was with, and somebody did this and confiscated it. They just shot me in my rear end. And I don't know why it's in Portland now, and it just seems to have stalled there. So whoever's doing this is confiscating the material that I have and playing some sort of sick game. I don't know if it's because Bruce is deceased. I don't know if he faked his death. I do not believe he faked his death, but for some reason I don't believe I still feel like he's still alive. And I think it's important for me to talk about because, this is a very bad situation. He was a close friend of mine that passed away. And I don't like the fact that these people are taunting his mortality and his death and making it about whatever it is that they want to make it about. Now, what happened is, I'm just waiting. I don't know if it's going to get to Portland, and then they figured out, it's supposed to go over to Vermont address. I don't know, or they may just steal the item through the mail and through the packaging service and say lost because there's $100 insurance that they give out free. So what they're going to do is they're either going to steal my property and make up a lie and saying of all the attention that's going on, it's no accident. They're doing it on purpose. They're doing it on purpose. There's no reason why. There's no reason why any of this should be happening. It is strictly to play some sort of psychology game on me. But his mom and dad did receive it. His family at the old address they used to live at, and they're very appreciative of it. I'm very glad that their kid is remembered. At least for me, it is, and that he's greatly thought of. But I think it's important for me to talk about because important for me to talk about because I don't know if the package is ever going to arrive. Why they're making another delivery address? They shouldn't be trying to make another delivery address. It should be returned to this address, and then I have to write the correct address and then send it to them because they know the apartment number, which wasn't my fault to begin with. One of the ways that I know that they confiscated and stole the package is the maintenance people, this guy by the name of Vince. They left the package there, over here, where this water is, and what they did is played stupid and left this sort of package on there that had roach traps on there. And I talked about they were harassing me and doing all this crazy shit to patronize me, to just be very disgusting toward me. And I noticed that he left his package. I opened the door and they already walked out the door, and so I tried calling him, pick up the package, and I set it over here next to the door. Then all of a sudden Vince opens the door. I said, "Oh, did you call?" He goes, "Yeah, there's your package." And he got it and picked it up real quick. So they're playing a sick psychology about Bruce's death. I don't like the fact that they're doing this. Somebody is playing a sick game. This is a memorial remembrance, and not so that we don't forget us friends that we had a past and we were all good friends growing up. To a friend that I knew very well, was friends with among many of us who lived in Carrollton as well. But I think it's important for me to talk about because as I'm, as this is happening, they're stealing anything. I mean, that's $300 of just stealing from me and toying games. It's been about 3 weeks now, maybe even close to 3.5 weeks since the day that I shipped it. It should have arrived to my address already. So whoever is doing this at the government postal service at the shipping locations is finding out who I am, looking for the package at the facility, and then confiscating it or toying with it and not shipping it. So, like I said, I thought I'd make a video on this. I hope that they eventually figure out that it's a return address because the apartment wasn't there, but they labeled it correctly whenever it gets shipped back because it doesn't have the apartment number on there. But I thought I'd write this. I don't know who's doing this, but these maintenance people know about that. They know about what's going on. So I think it's important for me to talk about. This is kind of the symptoms that I get from thinking to myself, did he really fake his death? Did this really happen? I don't think he did. So it bothers me a lot, the fact that somebody would fake their death in something like that, or people would be playing this nature, because there was a bunch of people there at the cemetery, at the funeral. I'm very saddened at the fact that really nobody wanted to speak on behalf of his life. There was me and Chris Martinez, the only people that stood up and spoke. None of the other people wanted to say anything, but I made sure I said as many good things as remembrance of life that it was. And I was living homeless on the streets at that time. I literally was sleeping outside at a park, down the street, a couple hundred yards from the funeral home where the memorial service was being held. And I literally get up in the morning so that I could go there when I'm homeless, sleeping on the streets, to give some beautiful words to say about Bruce, of his life. So I think it's important for me to talk about because, I'm doing something nice for somebody who passed away that I was close to, and the things that I used to share with him to our friends to be remembered, and that he was a part of our life, and we were all friends. And here they go with the maintenance people breaking into here in my apartment, claiming they're doing a pest control and playing these sick psychological games. I really don't know what to say. If it doesn't get returned and they stole the product, there's nothing that I can do. I just they're claiming insurance, and then they'll give me $100 for this bullshit, and it's not. They're setting me up. It's a setup. It's what they're fucking doing. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I spent $300. I spent a lot of time working on it and tried to be as thoughtful as I could. Because we were all friends. We were many days that we were all together. We were all cracking jokes and laughing and having a good time, or at a party, or just hanging out in the front yard, drinking a beer, smoking some cigarettes, or just talking out in the front parking lot. And, we were all friends. We were all talking among like we were just good buddies. And that's not going to happen anymore because he's no longer alive. But the fact that somebody's stealing the fact that somebody's confiscating out of their own will is very demoralizing to what they think a human life is. They want to make us about themselves. So I thought I'd make a video. I don't know what to do. The maintenance people seem to know about that. They ordered somebody to take the item. It should have already been going to its return address, and then I have to write the correct apartment number and then send it to them. But I already let him know that the package is supposed to be sent to him, and he says, not to worry about it too much. There's just delays. So I'm going to send it to him, hopefully it ever gets. But I don't know why they're doing something regardless to sabotage me.